One of the more interesting aspects of the crop patterns is a lot of people don't know that they exist all over the world. They occur in Australia, Japan, in rice paddies. Witnesses have seen them appearing in white rice paddies, tops of trees, under the ice, on the top of the ice. In Britain, Denmark, Germany, Italy, they're all over. And it's not the same guys making all the different patterns. But there's a point here that we want to make, in that in the documentary we try to stress the fact that it doesn't matter so much how the pattern gets in the field, but what it's trying to depict. You see, each pattern is part of a code. Now, we talk about harmonics, we talk about frequencies, we talk about design parameters, design energy, geo-energy, etc. And what it really comes down to is understanding that every shape generates an energy within itself. Depending on how it's aligned will depend on how good that energy is, or what the purpose of that energy, or what it's for, I should say. So in the documentary we try to sort of align all of this information out so that it's more easily understood. One of the important factors in recognizing why we are so interested in the man-made ones as well as the natural formed ones is that in genetics, and especially with our planet, and more evidence coming to light that humanity didn't develop on this planet, and any basic geneticist will tell you that, even some of the best in the world will say the same thing, that it's important to realize that every design that you see, whether it's the pyramids in Egypt, to hieroglyphs on the wall, to simple letters, to the complex designs that you see appearing in the fields known as crop patterns, they're all important in one aspect. They all generate an energy. Every spoken word, sacred geometry, sacred chants, it all works on one basic principle. And that is that they all tap into the same energy force. And this energy force exists universally. It's not just an Earth thing. It exists in every galaxy, in every solar system, right throughout the universe. And we need to better understand it. Whether it's a UFO flying through the air using this system through to the pattern in the fields, it's the same. So why are we interested in the human equation? Well, one reason is that these designs are also built into the genetic structure of every human being. So you have to realize that if there's a code that needs to be imprinted, and you've got a higher intelligence trying to get these codes out, if for any number of reasons the environmental conditions aren't right, the energy structure of the grid isn't right, whatever, it's just as easy to trigger a genetic code within a human being that gives them the ability or the incentive to choose a design, and then they also choose where they're going to put it. Now, they'll turn around and say, yeah, but that's my choice. And I'll turn around and say, okay, where did your thought to make that choice come from? Who gave you that thought? You didn't give it yourself. It's come from somewhere else. There's almost a driving force to put a certain design down. So this is why they're important, because they're all connected. Now the interesting thing is, whether it's man-made or whether it's natural, if you take both designs and you make them into line drawings and you put them on the surface of a laboratory table and you put a crystal cluster on top, you get the same reaction from both. You get a change in the molecular structure and the crystalline structure of the crystal itself within a 24-hour period. Now if I take a group of 8 particular type of patterns that we've been able to analyze and convert into mathematics, and it's like backward engineering, I mean you can go forward engineering too, but this is all in the actual documentary. So from healing to information to advanced technology to advanced information to alternative energy sources, it's all there. It's just waiting for somebody to click with it. So this is all part of the documentary that you're going to see when we're finished. I'm sure you'll enjoy it because it's totally different from anything ever done before. A lot of the documentaries cover plant seeds and how they grow and how they've mutated or how they've changed, or mineral content or the effects on water and so forth. But nobody's ever really gone into the patterns and the actual structure and the energy and how it's harnessed and how it's used to such a degree as we're going into in this particular documentary. So we hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to seeing you in the near future in a field somewhere.